We'll go ahead and get started. I'm Debbie Barnett, and nice to meet you. If you haven't been here before, it's great that you are joining us tonight. Wednesday night is all about skill building. And yes, I keep learning every week. I still need to build my skills. And Phyllis, who is here with us tonight, is one of my regulars, and she does assist me. And since Randy is not going to be joining us tonight, Phyllis, you'll help me out a little bit if you can. If you see a message comes in that I missed, you could wave your arms frantically or do something like that. I try to watch the chat for Zoom, and I try to watch the chat for YouTube so that I don't miss anybody's questions, but sometimes I get so involved. And Linda is with us on YouTube right now. She didn't think she was going to make it tonight, but she said she got most of her packing done, so she's on. So that's great. Thanks for joining us, and anybody else who's also watching. So tonight is all about skill building, and I will be playing at I Love Maj, which we'll be headed to in just a moment, against the sophisticated advanced level bots. And I just talk through my decision making, and you guys are welcome to chime in. And I know the regulars do, and I appreciate it greatly. I don't always see everything. I try to see as much as I can. That's my job, is to try to point you out in the direction as many possibilities as you can see and get from the card. And one of the greatest ways to improve your skills in this game is by learning the card. There is really no other way around it. That is number one, the most important thing about this game. And once you, of course, learning the rules, first of all, is really important. I'm quite passionate about the rules, and I'm here for everybody and anyone 24/7 almost, to answer your rules questions. If you're not a member of my Facebook groups, I have two that you might be interested in. One is Ask the Mahjong Teacher. Actually, it starts out with Mahjong, Ask the Mahjong Teacher, because I did change that many years ago, because I realized that when people search for a group, what are they going to search for if they're interested in Mahjong? Mahjong, right? So I wanted to be kind of up at the top of the group there. So that's one of the groups. MajCon is the other one, and that's MahjCon, and that is my site that houses all of the events that I put on, both online and in person throughout the year. And I do want to talk real briefly about MajCon for anybody who, I know the regulars here know about it, but I do want to share a little bit about the event and where did my picture go? Give me a thumbs up if you can see this photo. Everybody sees it? Okay, perfect. So MajCon is the biggest Mahjong event that I have, and it's in October, and it's in this year. The Village is Florida. It's a lot of fun. I put these events on for a number of reasons, but in all honesty, being able to be around other Mahjong enthusiasts and then meet people that I only know through Facebook and meet them in person and get to share this experience with them is probably one of the greatest things for me. And I think a lot of people that have come, that's the main thing that they say. What did you love so much about it? It was getting to see people in person that they only knew through Facebook, and actually getting to play a game of Mahjong with them and share the excitement of the event. It is packed filled with Mahjong stuff. It is the prime, the greatest event that somebody could participate in that loves Mahjong. You don't have to be an experienced player. You don't have to be a beginner player. I get people writing to me and saying, I just started playing, so this would not be for me. Well, no, you're wrong. This is exactly for you. I have people write to me and say, Oh, I don't think I need to do that because I know everything there is to know about Mahjong. Well, if you're talking to someone who's been playing over 40 years, and I'm telling you that I'm always learning, and I always need to remind myself, if you don't continuously repeat your skills and your habits and your behaviors when you're playing Mahjong, they slip away. So it is a great way to be able to keep things fresh in your mind. Okay, so besides for the fact that there are educational workshops that go on for half of day one, we also have a fundraiser for Alzheimer's with a silent auction that begins on the afternoon of day one while we play socially. And it's just a fun afternoon of playing and being able to shop the exhibitors. And we have a ton of exhibitors. I think I've got about 7 right now. Lots of great, I'm very particular about my exhibitors. They're mostly Mahjong related items that they sell, but not necessarily all Mahjong items because, you want a variety, right? And so this afternoon, again, is about social play and just having fun after the morning workshops. And the morning workshops, all sorts of things, all Mahjong related stuff. Then on Friday, which is our second full day, it's all Mahjong. It's either tournaments or social play. You do whichever one you want to participate in. I just want to say that throughout the event, there are door prize giveaways galore. I work very hard the year before getting donations in from people that support this event. The sponsors donate to the silent auction, and I'm not talking about like little dinky things. I'm talking about beautiful, amazing items that are going to be auctioned off. I'll just give you an idea just of a couple of them. We've got Chris Lloyd there this year, and he's been there. Last year he was there. He's coming back again this year. They are going to donate and auction off so that we can auction off one of their sets. Their items are gorgeous. They're like pieces of art. Their tiles are just exquisite. We also are going to be auctioning off an automatic Mahjong table that we're donating to Alzheimer's this year. So I don't want to go into all of it because I don't want to take up a whole lot of time, but I'm just saying it's going to be great. The door prize giveaways go on throughout the entire event. Those donations come in from Mahjong entrepreneurs of all sorts. So, authors, people that make Mahjong themed items, all sorts of things. I've just got a ton of stuff. And I know last year, I think I ended up with leftover stuff that we never even got to giving away because we had so much of it. But it's great because it makes it fun and it makes it exciting for you. And it's my way of giving back to you as well for being there and being part of the event. On the right side are our speakers currently. I do have one session open and available for a session leader. If anybody knows anybody that loves Mahjong and that is good with strategy, I'm looking for someone to lead my Charleston strategy session. If I don't find somebody, I will do it. I don't have problems filling in where needed, but it helps me to be free to roam about and help other people with things that are needed during the event, but not a problem. If I don't have somebody to fill that spot, I will fill in to it. We're going to have a small mini mock tournament. I'm going to run that one during one of the sessions. So there's all sorts of fun things going on there. And I just encourage you to consider making this a trip that you can either come with a friend, a partner, a spouse, and explore the city, which is just so much fun, so much to do in the city, around the city. And if you go to YouTube, you can also watch a little trailer in there about the event, and it gives you a little bit of feel about the city as well. All right, so I think that's it. If you have any questions about MajCon, feel free to email me at Debbie@MajCon.com. That's MahJCon.com. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. Now, Viva did put in chat, my concern is I play with house rules and I understand tournament rules are very different and stricter. How do I find out the rules of a tournament so I don't make errors? Okay, well, that's a great question. Because you have a choice of playing socially or in a tournament, you don't have to come to the event and worry about playing in a tournament if you're not comfortable. But on Wednesday evening, if you do come in early, I have a little small mini tournament going on Wednesday evening from 7 to 10. So if you wanted to try and get your feet wet with a tournament, by all means, you can come and do that. If you don't, we're going to have people coming to play socially as well on Wednesday evening. It's just an add-on event because out-of-towners wanted something to be able to do on Wednesday night. So I did add that to the schedule. The other thing is, if you go on to YouTube and look at my monthly special events that I run, and you go into that playlist, one of the events that I ran was all about preparing for tournaments. So Aviva, that would be a perfect video for you to watch before MajCon. If people are, whoever is attending the tournaments, this is protocol. You'll get an email with the tournament rules that are specific to the people that are running the event, which are two, and they're not up here yet, but they are going to be in that session leader area as soon as I get them up. And I think, actually, I think they just did send me their photos. So this will be updated and it will include their photos in here. They are two lovely, lovely ladies that run tournaments all the time in their area on the west coast of Tampa. So they're going to be running the tournament. Bonnie Wise and Judy Sarapica. They are so wonderful, and they're all about beginner, new tournament goers, getting into it and doing it and not being intimidated. Yeah, I'm not going to deny it. I remember my first tournament. I was shaking in my boots. I didn't let anybody know, and I just made believe I knew what I was doing. If I wasn't sure, I just kept picking and discarding and just making sure I didn't throw somebody's mahjong tile. But, anyway, you do what you feel comfortable with. And now, Aviva, I do want to hear more about your comment about you play with house rules. Maybe you could email me so we could start a separate conversation. I'm curious about exactly what that means in your mahjong game life. Hello, everybody on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. They can hear me and they can see a little me, but I do want to just say thank you and make sure that they know that I appreciate them being here as well. All right, I'm going to close this out now, and I'm going to go ahead and go to, I never have problems with my mouse except for on this night. But then again, I always get jokers except for on this night. Oh, Lord. Okay, so let me see. Where is my, okay, here we are. Excellent. All right, if you've not played at ilovemaj.com, you should check this site out. It's fabulous. The exercise room is where you will gain your skills and learn the card. Come in and use the exercise room. You have any questions about how to operate anything, you know where to reach me. I'm here to help you. You want to check it out and you aren't already signed up, the link will be in the video description. Click on that. It'll automatically take you to sign up and get 3 weeks for free to try it out. So tonight we play with the bots, and we play with the advanced level bots. They give me a run for my mahjong knowledge. And everybody will agree that some weeks, maybe everybody will agree that almost every week they present me with a challenge. And I almost sometimes think it's a little bit of karma where they say, okay, you want to share your knowledge of the game and you want to teach people strategy? Well, we're going to give you a run for your money. And so that's what happens. All right, I say no here because I don't want to be interrupted by somebody. And let's just see before I hit go. I want to make sure I didn't miss anybody's comments here. Blah, blah, blah. Those are all hellos, hellos, hellos. Did all that talking and now.
Yeah, we couldn't see it.
You couldn't see it? All right. Can you see it now? Yes? Okay, good. All right. Well, everything I just said about coming in and playing in the exercise room is here. At least I didn't go in and show examples before that's why I was like, let me check, make sure that everybody didn't say anything that I need to know about. Sorry about that. See, I told you I'm not that great with it. Phyllis, did you do this with your hands and I missed that too? Oh, sorry. Okay. Anyway, we're here. I'm going to play with bots and I'm playing the advanced level bots and I'm going to go ahead and launch the game. I say no here because I don't want to be interrupted by someone inviting me to play that's currently online. It will bump me out of the game that we're in. And let me just close that out there. So I'm going to say no. And I did fix the volume, so hopefully it's still fixed. And for a couple of weeks, I could get the volume working. All right, I am going to start the game. I'm leaving the timer off. For those of you that are newer players, it's a good thing to leave it off initially. But if you want to see how quickly you think when a tile is discarded, which speeds up your in-person play, turn on the timer. There is a pause button, so you don't have to worry about running out of time. If you need more time, you just have to remember to click pause so it doesn't go on. And that's that with the timer. So, okay, well, let's get started here. Okay, well, now I sort by suit to begin with here, and that's the way I teach everybody to organize their tiles initially. It doesn't stay that way long, but it just gets them kind of in a nice order with the suits all in numerical order. I like to keep my winds and dragons down to the right, so I put them there. I only do that because visually I feel they belong there, maybe because they're on the right side of the card and they have their own category, but that's where they go for me. Flowers and jokers go up front. I don't have any jokers. Are you surprised? Phyllis is not surprised. She's looking at the hand already and thinking, well, all right, well, it's not so bad. I already see a lot of fun stuff, and I'm sure you guys already see a lot of good stuff going on too. For me, I could just start if I were playing alone and I know the card, so it makes it easy. I could see all the hands, but for somebody who's not doesn't know the card yet and is a beginner player, you need to do a little bit more systematic things to get things moving. So the first thing I do is work off of my multiples, which would be any pairs or pungs or kongs. If you don't know those terms, they're all over the card. It would be a good idea to learn them. Pairs are 2 of a kind, pungs are 3 of a kind, kongs are 4 of a kind, like King Kong, and not ping pong, ping pong. And I'm just letting somebody else in. And so I work off of my multiples because multiples are a strength in your hand to work from. Is it a guarantee that those multiples are always going to be a part of your hand? No. Sometimes you have multiples that don't work with the other multiple whatsoever. Sometimes you have a multiple and all of a sudden during the Charleston, you start getting in all these other tiles that don't go with your multiples. And for those of you that have been here every week, You have seen that I've broken up multiples, right? So that happens. But I like the fact that we have two pairs of like numbers. So right away, I already know that one of the categories that I'm going to be thinking about is going to be like numbers. Because what do I have? I have like numbers in sevens. Beautiful. All right. So then what else would I be looking at? Certainly not 2023 or 2468. Quince. I don't have any jokers. I'm not going for quince. Although last week it was interesting what happened with that one hand that had lots and multiples of a quince hand without jokers, and it actually came very close. But those are exceptions. So for now, we'll think about other items. Okay, let's skip consecutive run just for a second. I like to go back to that sometimes after, because there's so much flexibility and so much there that since I have odds in the sevens there, I want to look first at 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. And this is what I do when I want to take a look at how things look with 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. And since the 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 has a high end and a low end, pretty much split down the middle, baby odds and big odds, 1, 3, 5, and then 5, 7, 9, except for 3 hands that combine them all. I will look to see which I have more of first, high or low. And right now, if I were to put them in high and low, I've got a lot of stuff going on here with 5, 7, 7, 9. And I don't really need to pick a hand right now, but I'll point out that the first 6 numbers here make up an entire hand, which means that that in itself is a no gap hand. There's no missing, there's missing parts, but no missing groupings. So we've got a little bit of our second line, second line down on the right side. We've got a part of the Punga 5s. We have a part of the Conga 7s, part of the Punga 7 cracks, and a part of the 9 crack Kongs. So that's beautiful. But I don't have to make a decision because there are other hands I could be playing in there right now. And I've got good amounts, pieces of other hands. It's just that that one is a full hand forming. So I really like that. I'm not going to disrupt any of my 5, 7, 9 numbers. Okay, so then will I keep the ones? Probably not. Probably not. Even though there are mixed suit runs, I probably won't. But if I were to keep anything, I would keep the 1. Why would I keep the 1? Because I've already got 7s and 9s in cracks, and I would need the other suit. If I wanted to do a mixed suit, I would probably keep the 1 1 dot if I had to make a choice, if I wanted to keep it. But my chances are with these like numbers and with the other 5, 7, 9, I'm probably not going to keep it. Okay, so what about the consecutive run that I mentioned? Yeah, we could keep some things there. There's not a whole lot, but if I were going to keep anything, I'd keep the 8 because the 8 nicely works out in that whole consecutive run of 7, 8, 9. I always tell people if you can keep these other options, keep them. And when you're collecting consecutive run, keep the 4 numbers that are closest to the numbers that you're keeping. So, you know, if I had 6s, I'd probably keep the 6s too if I could. 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't have to think about which hands. I don't have to think I'll collect all 1 suit for a run because there's so much flexibility. You just don't know where it's going to go. I don't especially think that the red is going to help me, but if I kept it, maybe I would keep it just because under any like numbers, there's one hand that has dragons. I mean, it's a concealed hand. I can't call on it. Little challenging that way, but I could hold it for a little bit and not pass it right away because I have other things that I can pass. Now, also, if I wanted to keep as far as consecutive run on the with the 4, I could keep the 4 here. And if I were to, let's say, get 6 cracks, I mean, I'd have 4, 5, 6, 7. You know, probably not going to be happening that way. But if I want to keep every possibility, I could keep 4s. I could. But again, and the 4 band would be the one that I would keep if I was going to keep one, because it's 4, 5, and then I think in terms of either 1 suit or 2 suits, because we got the 2 suit thing going on in every category, actually. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pass the 4 crack, the 1 crack, and the 1 dot. I'll make mention. Some people don't like to pass like numbers. I don't care. I do. I mean, what are the chances I'm going to give 1s to Amistad on my right here, and he happens to be needing 1s for like numbers? I mean, you know, it could be anything. It could be 1s. It could, I mean, I don't worry too much about it. I don't pass pairs if I can help it. Normally, I know how to not get stuck with pairs, and I don't pass flowers during the Charleston. Those are kind of my real hard rules. But other than that, all right. So we just did our first right, and I got a 9 bam in. That's beautiful. I want to keep that in that no gap thing here. It's not the 9 crack, but it is 5, 7, 9. We'll see. We'll keep it and see what happens. You never know. I don't even want to really make any decisions right now. It could be that I get 5 cracks in, and this gets changed to 5, 7 cracks and 7, 9 bams. But I don't really have to like look and say this is what I'm doing yet, because I still have tiles to pass. And that's really what you want to think about when you're playing this game. Do I have to make a decision now? No, heck no. All right, so again, I'm really not thinking that consecutive run is going to be my baby. I'm really thinking like numbers for 5, 7, 7, 9 high end right now. You guys can certainly chime in if you think you see anything that I'm missing. The numbers are too high to look at addition hands. Sometimes I forget to look at that category. It has not been on the card in a long time. So it's like kind of out of sight, out of mind. All right, so I think I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the red now. Maybe the 8. Maybe the 8. I'll just keep the red for another round. All right, well, somebody is telling me that we need to either be playing 5, 7, 7, 9 or like numbers, and now it's like stronger in the 9s, but I still have tiles to pass. I may be in a tough spot at some point if I keep getting in these tiles. Is there anything in singles and pairs that would work out? Not really, because I would need a lot of 1s, and we got rid of those early. I've tried that first hand under singles and pairs, and I almost made it a couple of times, but I'm not going to even consider that. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of those. So, you know, we had that 1 dot earlier, and if I were to want to try that singles and pairs hands, I would have wanted 1 cracks, you know, 1s and 3s in bams and cracks, because that's where I have the stronger presence right now, but unfortunately, no. Continue, yes. Always continue the Charleston if you have 3 tiles that you can pass. And so instead of doing the 4 and 6 crack, which if I had to do it, I would do it. But if I want to make it a much better pass, instead of passing the 2 tiles that are in the 2, 4, 6, 8, maybe I'll do 4 BM instead. Somebody may think that that's worse, but because it's like numbers, that's what I'm going to do. All right. Remember I said earlier, we may get 5 cracks and switch it out to 5, 7, 7, 9. Well, that just happened here. Again, I do not have to make a decision yet, because if I get flowers, I also have a nice little hand going on here, which is the 3rd hand from the bottom. But I need lots of flowers for that, or jokers. All right, we got our first wins in, our east and west. So either somebody decided they were not, that would be Amistad gave me that second left. Either they decided they weren't getting them in, and so they decided to pass them on, or they got them from somebody else and they aren't collecting them. If I can break it up, I would prefer not to give my east and west together, since there are a lot of really nice, easy hands under Winds and Dragons this year with a lot of pungs mixed in there. So if I cannot do this, I won't do it. But let's see what I am going to pass here. Phyllis, this is when I ask my assistants. Phyllis, Marcy, Karen, Linda, are you still with me tonight? Carol? Okay. Shirley, no problem that you're late. No problem. But does anybody have any suggestion? Would you do the West at this point? I mean, we're halfway through the Charleston. I know last time I did it, whoever I gave to, they were collecting them. That's a chance you can take here. So do I break up something in my 5, 7, 9, or do I go ahead and take a chance and do my West? What would you guys do?
No West.
No West? Somebody said no West. Okay. Carol said yes, I should pass the West. Is that what you said, Carol? See you said yes, but I didn't know whether you meant yes to passing it or not. Phyllis, I know your thinking cap is on, but what are you saying? Now, somebody whose name is iPad might be the same person from last week, but forgive me, I don't remember your name. If you tell me your name, I'll change it. I think I can do it here. No, I don't think so. I have to do it in another place. Phyllis says do the 9 crack. Okay. So if I do the 9 crack, which would be my choice and of those tiles to do, because it still gives me the availability of doing the 2 suit pung kong with cracks and bams, which is the second hand on the right hand side. It still gives me the ability to do the 5 and 7. Oops, not that one. Sorry. The 5 and 7 with, wait a minute, 5. Oh yeah, no, it doesn't. Wait a minute. Yes, sorry. I was a little bit mixed up there. So I do get mixed up, by the way. But I definitely associate that with being blonde and over, I'm not going to say. Okay, so that leaves this available as well. Third hand from the bottom if I get flowers in. And I would have to give up my like numbers with 9s. Phyllis, did you think about that? Yeah, Phyllis is shaking her head. Okay. But in all honesty, it would be the smarter, strategically speaking, as a defensive player, the 9 would be the smarter move. So I guess I'll do it. And then I just blame Phyllis if things don't work out. Look what we got. We got a 5 crack. Woohoo! All right. So we do have some very pretty things going on here. 5-7 crack and 7-9 bam. And we also have the 5-7 crack with the 9 bam and 9 dots if we get flowers in. And I still have 3 tiles to pass. Now, look, the East and West can still end up with the same person, but I could do the 3 or I could do a blind pass and not even bother. I gave my across to Annie. Annie is giving her right to Kurt, but then Kurt and Amistad will be doing an optional. It could end up back in the East and West could end up with 1 player, but Amistad is the one that gave me that. I know this sounds like a riddle almost. He's the one that gave me the left. So I kind of feel like I could pass the right. Is everybody thinking that I should be safe with that? Look, it's never going to be safe because we don't know who's keeping it or giving it. So I guess I'll play defensively. All right, so here we go.
Courtesy pass.
Oh, Kara said she's on 2 live streams, moderating one and watching me play. That's fun. I do know the other person who's on live stream tonight as well, but it's hard to have everybody doing these things on separate nights. Okay, did we get anything else? We got the 1 back. Nobody really wanted that 1. So I am going to do 2. I'm going to keep the West again, and instead I'll just get it discarded early. I'll do 2. I always like to have as many as I can, so I maximize my potential. Oh, that's interesting. There were 2 1 dots going around. I didn't even know that. Very, very interesting. Okay. Let's see. I just like to play sometimes and see how far away I am from, pretty far away from that singles and pairs hand. Right there, that's all I have. Too crazy, but sometimes I like to look and see. So let me move my tiles back. All righty, so right now, again, we do not have to make a decision, but that decision will definitely come about soon. I am confident, unless I see all my tiles go out when it's too early to call, and we'll be in a dilemma. Do we call? Do we not call? What do we do? Blah, blah, blah. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and escalate my West and get it out. I prioritize my discards a couple of ways. The fresher the tile, the more that means it needs to get out on the table. For the West, it was new to me, completely new. I don't know what's going on with anybody else's hands, so that to me is a fresh tile and something I need to get out early. So I'm going to go ahead and get that out. And there's the 1 dot already. Nobody wanted those 1 dot babies.
8 pass.
Shirley said I sure can use a joker. All right, so I got in a 5 dot. Chances are that 5 dot is not going to be used in any way. Let me just make sure. 5, 7, 9. Nope, because I even have mixed suit 5, 7, 9 if I get flowers. So I got lots of good things going on, but I got a couple of gaps with my flowers. So, but I have so much good stuff going on here that I don't even think I have to worry about that. The one dot, since I know it went around and around and around and nobody was using it, to me, that's a little safer. I'm not worried about getting that out right away. And the 3 crack as well has never been seen by me. So I guess I'll do the 3 crack. They're all going to go eventually. That's if I get some jokers. All right, there goes the 7 bam. That would be needed for a Kong if I were doing the second hand down. Nope, that would be a Pung if I were going to commit to that. So let me look at it. If I call that, I commit myself to 5, 7 with cracks, 7, 9 with bams, line number 2. And this is always a challenge. Do we call or don't we call? It is, challenging. Oh, let me see. Shirley said 1s and 9s with 3, 5, 7. Oh, I got rid of the 3. Yeah. Well, but I'm so far away. The 1s and the 1 dot and 9 dot, are you saying? Oh, I got rid of the 3 crack anyway. So too late now. But with the Kongs and the pairs, that one went off my radar to consider it. But anyway, we got a lot of good stuff going on. The question is, do I call this and commit, or do I wait because it's so early? And Phyllis, is your yes that I should wait or yes that I should call it? But you have no flowers. You're right, I have no flowers, but that doesn't mean it's still not really, really early. There is one more 7 bam out there, but I don't know where it is. It could be at the end of the wall. So, if I commit to this now, I'm not in that bad a position. I could, and by calling it, nobody knows where I am. Oh, my YouTubers are saying, not YouTubers, YouTube watchers are saying, wait. They're all saying, wait. Oh, okay, so just so you know, it's kind of like this when it comes to calling a tile. And I think it might be true in a way. Well, maybe not, but I think there is one type of person that holds out, completely holds out when it's too early to call. And then there's the other person type of Mahjong player that feels like if you don't have to use a joker, why not? And go for it. You've got the other things. But I'm torn because my brain is telling me that it's too early to commit to something right now, even though I don't have flowers. I've got these other hands that could come in, that it's too early to go ahead and expose. So it's kind of, sometimes I say it's a crapshoot, right? But I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to call it. My decision is based on the fact that I can call the 5 crack if it goes out. I don't really know where the 7 bam is. Maybe I'll get lucky and get a joker or so, or another natural 7 crack or 9 bam. I really only need a couple of good picks to be ready for calling everything. So in this case, Phyllis, I agree with you. And, oh, let's see. Oh, Linda says call. All right, so I am going to call. I just want to talk through all of my thinking and why sometimes I may not call. But in this case, I think it's a good idea. So I'm going to call for a Pung, and I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the 5 dot.
8 dots.
Now that I have committed to that, and I have 2 9 dots, which one I had when I got really early on in the Charleston passing, maybe someone else decided they needed them, and I'll get some joker bait going on. That would be kind of neat.
8 bam.
I haven't been that lucky with that.
8 bam.
All right, so I'll get rid of my 2 dot again. I'm going to just try and get rid of my freshest tiles. Then there goes a 9 bam. If nobody calls it, then I've got 2 more what I call safe tiles in my hand. It's always good to have a little backup there, a little safety net with safe tiles in case you get to a point where you need to play defensively and you have a lot of hot tiles. All right, so obviously I can't call that. Our first flower with a joker swap available. All right, that's new. No 6 dots in my life as of yet, meaning I got to get it out.
7 crack.
There goes a 7 crack. There goes one of the tiles that I need to call. And I will now need to cover that with a joker. Let me let Hannah in. So I have to ignore that.
8 dots. 6 bam.
Okay, I'll get that out as well.
9 bam. 5 bam.
There's a 5 bam. I got one in my hand. There's 2 8 dots out on the table. So that to me is not the biggest priority. I won't guarantee anything in this game, but when you prioritize, you just prioritize by what is more fresher. So in this particular case, the 5 bam would be the next one to, no, that's out there too. So now I duplicate pretty much. I'll start with the 1 dot, I guess.
1 dot. 3 dots.
Doesn't really matter. They're all going to go eventually.
3 bam.
Now we have a joker exchange. I am so surprised that that flower is not taken up yet.
East.
All right, so an east went out, a west went out. Maybe nobody did collect them. Green has got to go, especially since Amistad has these soaps up here. There's definitely a couple of hands that he can be playing. Third hand under 2022, third hand under Winds and Dragons. And what else could he be playing? 369. So we just got to get this out right away.
Green. Joker swap. 1 crack.
Oh, joker taken.
7 crack.
There goes another 7 crack. Okay, so let's just take this as a teaching moment. This is one of the reasons why it's a risk committing to a hand early. This is it. Both of my 7 cracks have gone out. I need to cover that Kong with 2 jokers. That's one of the main reasons. When you don't call, you're not committing. That means you're left open with more flexibility. Just saying. It's good that these things go on because it helps the conversation. All right, ignore. Okay, 8 crack is already out, but early, so I'll go ahead and get it out.
9 dots.
Since everything else is in there. There's the 4th 9 dot. And so those are very, very safe. So I'll hold those for a while. And the 2 bam is not out. That means I got to get that out early. That's the reason you do it right there. You don't hold it for a long time. Otherwise, you're giving Mahjong rather than an exposure. We'd rather somebody call. All right, so I got 1 tile in. It would have been nice to have a joker instead, but what can we do? All right, so we've got 5 bam, and that can go out now. And let's see. So now I love being set up like this with my safe tiles, knowing that I don't have to freak out too much. Let me just think if there's anything, like I said, there's never a total guarantee. But I'm pretty, there could be, somebody could be playing a pair, something with 8s and a pair, but
1 crack.
I'll get that out next.
6 dots. 5 bam.
Ooh, we've got 2 jokers available. Now we know where the jokers are because they're not in my hand. I know I threw one of these early on, or did I pass it? Oh no, I did throw it early on. All right, I'll get the 8 out.
8 dots. 8 dots.
Huh?
Flowers.
Safe. That was safe too. All 4 are out. Right?
East. Joker small. 4 band. Joker small.
I can't even get a swap here. Oh, wrong tile. Wrong tile. Okay, let's see. 9 cracks are not out. All right, it could be our lovely friend here, Annie, playing 3669. I don't see any. Do you see any? No. So we'll get that out unless I'm missing it. Sometimes I miss it. I'm not missing it. Phyllis, I need to put you closer so I could see you in case you wave your hands. Okay, there you go.
9 o'clock. MahjCon.
Oh, look at that. And I gave it. All right. So, you know, that such good learning moments in this game, such good learning moments. Okay. One thing for sure is that those tiles, fresh tiles, you've never heard of that word. It's a great strategy to use. You've got to get your fresh tiles out early. Now, I got the 9 crack out because I knew it was fresh. I have no guarantee that somebody doesn't have a lot of jokers and is not in a position to call. But if you're not ready to call and you can't call, you want to get them out. So even though this person mahjong, I did the right thing. And yes, 4 jokers there, 2 jokers for Amistad, who did a joker swap to get hers, I believe. And little old me, no jokers. And that's okay. I'm just getting used to this thing here. I should film myself playing with my husband at night so you could see how different it is when I'm not on with you guys. It's ridiculously crazy. Okay, so anyway, let's go ahead and do this. Yeah, so a couple of good moments. If I could go back and play it over and not have called that tile, it would be a whole different outcome. We'll never know now, but look at all my jokers. Woo! Right? Oh, so I sorted them by suit. Boy, does this look familiar. Jeez. And now I'm going to put my duplicates up front. And now we have another whole ball of wax here. All right. I'm going to put my winds and dragons down here for now. All right. I'm going to build off of my 3s and 9s. Okay. First thing I'm going to look at, are there any other 9s here? Nope. But still, like numbers is a possibility. Certainly not 2, 4, 6, 8. And 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 is another possibility again. So I'll just add my 7 crack there. And I could put my 1 crack there. You know, and I have to remember that second hand from the bottom with the kongs and the pairs in the middle, just in case anything were to happen with that. And I also will be now keeping my eye on 3, 6, 9 with the 3s. And what about any kind of run? Well, 3s and 9s are not very happy campers together when it comes to consecutive run. So if I were to keep anything, maybe it would be the 8 spam as a remote possibility. And welcome, Sue. Nice to see you. That could happen. Certainly. All right. So I am not going to keep the wind because if I had more, maybe I'd think about it, but I don't. So I'm going to get rid of the wind. I'm going to get rid of the 2. It doesn't, other than connecting to the 3, it doesn't connect to the 9. So that wouldn't make sense to keep it. I'll get rid of the 2. And I will keep the dragon, the red, for just a little bit. Oh, maybe Shirley was talking about the other hand.
Yeah,
that this
I
person
think
was
she
playing.
means 2s and 8s with the dragons.
Oh, okay. I thought it was my hand. So all of a sudden. Yeah.
You only have 1 dragon.
Oh, yeah, no, if Sue was talking about this and this, oh
Yeah.
my goodness, no,
Yeah.
no, that's not even on my radar. So no, there's way too much strength here for me to consider going 2s and 8s and dragons. Okay, so if that were the case, but anyway, I am going to do the 4 or the 1, either one. 2 and 4 is in 2, 4, 6, 8. 1 and 2 are consecutive numbers. Maybe I'll do the 1. All right, so here we go. Let's see what happens. All right, I got another 8 and I got a dragon. That second hand under Winds and Dragons, I do like that, although it is a concealed hand. And I would need to get a pair of flowers, or at least one would be good to get in. And I know these sophisticated bots aren't giving me a flower. If I played with the beginner bots, I'd get them. But unfortunately, no. Now I have a pair of 4s. And I'm going to have to break those up right away. Now I have to really think about what do I want to do here. Probably going to get rid of this. And 8, 9, 8, 9 is another possibility. I do know there's that run 8, 9, 8, 9, third hand from the bottom. Okay, I'm going to call on Hannah. Hannah is one of my, and I have to say it, she really is like the perfect student. She is one of those people that absorbs every little thing and tells me now what to do. Okay, so I tease her all the time that she could definitely help me run one of my classes. No doubt about it. And
Hi, Debbie. Thank you for the compliment.
well, honey?
You're the best teacher. That's why.
Oh, well, thank you. You're the best student. Hannah, what would you do here?
I know this would be hard. I would tend to.
Okay, Hannah, I didn't hear a thing you said because your connection was really, really spotty.
I was going to say I would generally get rid of the dragons because that's a concealed hand. And
Good choice. Good choice.
But I don't know.
No, you're
Okay.
spot on. You're spot on. That leaves me with the ability to do a consecutive run with maybe 8, 9, 8, 9. It also still leaves 3, 6, 9 as a possibility. And I would agree with Hannah that if I'm going to make a choice, it's going to be to give up a dragon because that is a concealed hand. So 100% agree. I was just testing you, Hannah.
Thank you.
All right, so now we got in an 8 crack, conveniently sitting there as 8, 9, 8, 9. And what we have to be careful about in this particular situation is that I do not get stuck if we end up giving up the 3 BAMs, that I don't get stuck having to pass them on a pass. So we're on a first left. If I got in 3 good tiles coming into me, or even 2 good tiles, let's say, then I could break up the 3. If I got in 3 good tiles, I am putting myself at risk of passing a pair on the second left. So this is a chance I take. What are the chances I'm going to get in all 3 tiles? Very slim, right? Very slim. So
Right.
I'm going to take a chance because, or I could do a blind pass because we're on the first left, which maybe that makes more sense. We do a blind pass. What the heck? I could do that for right now, although I do like to maximize what I get in. Let me try that and see if anything. Now, I did give a 4 crack away. I want to remember that. That's kind of important. That's a nice pass right there. But let me give it one more shot, and then I'm done with the 3s. So here we go. Oh, man. No, nothing came in. All right, continue, of course. No doubt about that. All right, so now I could do this, this, and this, and think about it before I hit pass. If I were to get in 3 tiles that I needed, then I'm having to pass a must across. I would be in the same situation. What are the chances I'm going to get in 3 tiles? Very slim.
Slim and none.
Right. Phyllis agrees. I'm taking a chance. Everybody hold your breath. 1, 2, 3. Whew. Okay.
None.
I would have liked to got, 1 tile would have been nice, right? Okay. Oh, and look at this, similar to last time. We now have, well, I did have 1 wind early, but now I got 2 back, and probably nobody's playing them. But the choice of mine is then I don't really need to break the 3s up. I like to hold those pairs. I always have hope that somebody else needs them, and somebody's going to call them later on if I don't end up using them. But I can still preserve them because you never know. I could start getting in 6s and more 9s, and all of a sudden I'm now back to 3, 6, 9. So I have to decide whether the 4 makes more sense or this. I'm going to go with this. I feel better doing a north and east because they're, to me, not, yes, there are hands, but the east and west do go together in more hands, and the north and south. So this one, I guess I'm okay with that. All right. Well, I just got through saying, what if I get more 6s in? And I did. Now I'm on my last right. I'm going to do a blind pass because I gave a 4 crack out when I broke up the 4 cracks. I don't need to give somebody else a pair to have in their hand. So I'm going to do 2 and get rid of it as an early prioritized discard. And I got a north back, and I got another 6. Sometimes it's really kind of funny. I almost think I need to, like, what is it called when you're a fortune teller or something like that? Do that with Mahjong, because sometimes I predict things, right, Phyllis? I predict how things are going to turn out, and then they end up turning out that way. It's kind of really spooky in a way. All right, I am going to do, I'm not getting rid of my 6s, and my mouse is not paying attention to me. I'm only going to do 1 tile. In real life, in person, nobody would give me 1 tile. None of my, well, one of my friends, we always have agreed that if we ever ask for 1 tile, that we will only ask for it because we have several options and we're not close to Mahjong. So she's the only one I would trust to do 1 with. Otherwise, it's a 0, none, no. So we're playing with a computer. Annie's going to give me 1 tile. That's all I'm doing. All right. And I got back the east, so it looks like nobody decided to keep the wins, or probably not playing any is my prediction. But look at what happened here. I mean, I'm now 3, 6, 9 strong, and there goes 1, 8, bam. So that whole concept could go away. Now let's look at 3, 6, 9. Believe it or not, had I kept those dragons early on, look at that 3rd hand down. Oh my God. If I had kept the red in the green, and I know we can't predict it, but look at how pretty I would have been sitting.
Spread hand.
Wow, that's amazing. All right, let's start getting out our, oh, I should have done the East first, even though I know nobody's playing it. But I still like to get my wins out first.
Eight,
So I'll do it now.
east, north. 9 crack.
And there goes a 9 crack. And I'm going to tell you right now, I am not calling it. I have nothing in my vision right now as to what I'm doing. I am not good. I don't even want to make a decision yet. All right, we'll keep that baby for sure. And the 4 crack really should have been my first one. So I let that slip by accident. But the 4 crack, because it was a pair that I broke up, got to get out.
8 dots.
Nobody called it. Yay.
5 band. 9 crack.
There goes the 9 crack. Okay. I mean, these things happen. Maybe I'll just pay attention a little bit right now just to see what I could possibly do with that. 3, 6, 9 with the 9s. No, not a thing I could do right this very moment. So I have to just hit ignore. I don't have anything formed enough. I'll get that soap right out though, because I'm not gonna be playing with it. Nope.
3 band.
And there goes the 3 bam. Kind of unfortunate, but you know, that bottom concealed hand is not bad either. And I have my singles, so I'll keep my eye out on the bottom 3, 6, 9 concealed hand as well.
4 band.
You see a lot of my 3, 6, 9s are going out. Okay, well, we now have a 6 crack. That's kind of nice. All right, well, we're gonna get these babies down here and
9,
see what happens here.
1 dot.
All right, we have an 8 dot, an 8 crack. See if there's any reason I would keep this at all, and if not, I'll get rid of the 8 crack. I don't think so.
6 crack.
All right, now here we are. Here we are at the do I call or do I not call? You know, it's tempting, and I know I've been there. So I was a beginner at one time, and I know that sometimes it is very, very tempting, and we're very eager when we're a newer player to call something when we have a piece of a hand. But it doesn't make sense to call it unless we have, and I wish I had that red. I wish I had kept the red, because I mean, the second hand from the bottom, I could have called it for that. I probably would have done that. But at this point, if I call this tile, I have to commit to either, and I don't have, I didn't keep 9 dots, so the 3, 6, 3, 6, 9, too late for that right now. You know, you never know. But I'd have to really commit to the first hand at this point, with knowing that there are other hands that I could play. And I just don't feel comfortable committing at this point. I feel like there's just too much weakness going on.
And there's already 1 9 crack out.
There's 1 9 crack, right? Yeah, no, there is 1 9 crack out, yes. You know, even 3, 6, 9 with 9s, but I'd have to, I don't remember if I tossed that or someone else tossed it, or if it ended up getting passed at one point before I don't even remember. But unfortunately, I'm not calling it. I just had to talk through that. Oh, now we have 2 8 dots. Wow. Is there anything at all? No. Anybody see anything that I'm missing? I don't think so. I think I got my hands on some safe tiles here that I'm gonna dump and just kind of stay with my, look, not like numbers maybe could come in, but I don't think so. I don't think so.
6 bam,
Here goes the 6 bam.
green,
You guys, I just want you to know that I invite you to come and join me on an evening when nobody knows that you're watching me when I'm playing with my hubby. I think if I just send you a secret invitation and the bots don't know that you're watching me, you'll be able to see these incredible hands. Yeah, they give me a run for my money, but man, it's a lot different. All right. I got in a tile, not bad, but I kind of wished it was in another place, but let's see. 3, 6, 9 with 9s or 6s. That's the third hand from the bottom. 3, 3, 6, 6, 9. If I were to get 3 cracks, that would be just so weak.
8 times,
It's so weak.
5 times, 6 times,
In the meantime, I've got some very safe tiles sitting in my hands.
green,
Ooh, I'm grabbing that. I'm not even thinking about any kind of flower hand right now. I need a joker if nobody takes it before I get to it. Well, there's 2. All right. Does everybody agree that I should take the flower? I think so.
joker slot,
I got a joker. I'm so excited. All right. We'll just go ahead and start dumping these. Sue said, joker bait.
east,
Okay, 4 BM sounds pretty new to me, as there's one out first row earlier.
4, 1 crack, 8 crack,
Phew, 1 crack, 8 BM. I mean, now they're all right, whatever.
4 times, 6 bam,
Oh, there goes the 6 BM. Oh my God, that's how many? 1? That's the third one. Third one. What in the world could we do with this? Look at how pretty this is, though, for that bottom concealed hand. 3, 6, 9. Of course, I don't need that. This is one of those things. Okay, I'm going to ask Phyllis. Phyllis,
Yeah.
what would you do here, Phyllis? You wouldn't call this, would you? Boy, if that wasn't the way I worded that question, you're going to feel very, 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 very forced into.
I mean, you really have no hand if you call it. Well,
Exactly. I have nothing formed here. This is, I mean, yes, there's pieces of things, but they're not in the right places right now for me to call it. And honestly, the bottom concealed hand is looking pretty decent. If I could get a 3 crack or a joker, and I can't call this baby. So I say goodbye.
yeah, that,
Sunset. It's sad, right? All right. Now, if I keep the 3, 6, 9 of the 3, again, it's in the wrong place, right? It's the wrong suit for me thinking 3, 6, 9 with 3s. It's, the third hand from the bottom. Even that makes no sense. But I could hold it for a little bit. But there are none out, which means with 50 tiles left, 33 tiles is the first begin game. Second 33 is the second, and we are kind of in the middle there of that middle game. So that 3 dot, do I hold it with hopes that it might help me? for any reason, or do I get it out because it may be a hot tile? And I think that probably is going to make most sense, because I can't really see how that would help me in any way. Anybody disagrees, yell out, but not too loud and don't hurt me. Top hand still looks good concealed. Top hand. What top hand? Concealed. Am I missing something? Are you saying the top hand under 369? Sue, the top hand meaning I could play it concealed without calling? I don't know. Carol likes the 369 concealed bottom hand though. All right, so oh, there you go. Another learning moment. That's why we don't hold them. We want to see the calls.
Right.
That tells us that we did the right thing. A lot of people think the opposite. They think, oh, why should I have thrown it then? Somebody needed it. Well, all right, hold on to it for another 5 or 6 rounds and then give it to him for Mahjong when your hand comes in nicely. So anyway, that's my, oh, somebody is playing wins. Now that's interesting. Oh my goodness. Everything I have so far, I'm just going to stick this here for now. I guess doesn't matter, but we'll do the one.
8, 7 dots.
Again, I'm telling you, you want to improve your skills. You come in here and play against the advanced bots. I'm just saying. They are as tough as anyone of my experienced Mahjong friends. All right. We didn't look at the other hands last time, so let's do that now. Like numbers with 7, 1 joker.
Yeah, just one joker.
But wasn't there a joker? I took the joker from the flower, so they had 2. And then Annie was playing line number 2, Winds and Dragons, with the mini run, which is a very popular hand. And 2023 line 1. So early on, I got out of soap. I think it was this game. That's good reasons to get those soaps out, since they are Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. All right, let's see. Anybody have any questions or anything while we're right here? Otherwise, I'm going to continue on. Try again. If at first you don't Mahjong, try again. Oh, I got a joker.
Joker.
And this is a weird hand. Let's put our tiles together. Hey, let's make up a new hand with 1s and 7s. With a Punga 1s and 7s. Of course, it could be 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Either the concealed hand or the first hand. Much else, it's not too promising. Okay, so with the 1s and 9s, I'll keep the 9. And of course, the second hand from the bottom, 1s and 9s with 3, 5, 7 could be a possibility. That's a nice little looking hand right there. Of course, those pairs concern me, but it still looks very, very pretty. And let me get these guys down here. I'll get rid of the West. Let's see, do I need to keep that green? I don't think so. I'm going to get rid of that. And I'm going to get rid of
Debbie,
yeah.
Debbie, should you keep the green for one?
Hannah, are you in Hawaii?
Dragon
I gotta mute Hannah. Hannah, I muted you because your reception is so bad. I don't know if you're back in Hawaii or not, but I'm telling you, Can't hear any of it. So you could put it in chat. I'll wait a second. Why you think I should keep the green? I think I know what she's thinking, because she sees every little thing now. Oh my goodness. She's thinking 5-7 dragon, I bet 7-9 dot. 5-7 crack dragon, 7-9 dot. Oh no, she was thinking 1-3 green, 3-5. But Hannah, take a look, 5-7 green, 7-9 dot is even better than the low ends. I can do it for a bit. I still have tiles to pass. I'll do this.
No.
All right. Now we have the threes. And we have 1, 3, 5, which is the third hand down, but no flowers at this point. Do we want to consider this at all? No. All right, so we do this. We're on first left. Do I keep the 9 for that 1s and 9s with the 3, 5, 7 pairs? If so, I think the green can go.
No, I did so.
Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Okay. So I'll get rid of that, hold out for just a little bit now. It's a little nerve-wracking having 3 pairs right now. And if I got stuck with something, I'd be really nervous. Oh my God, look.
Nice.
Oh my God. Look at that. Look how pretty. Uh-oh, guess what? Oh, exactly what happened. Oh, we're on the first left. I could do a blind pass, but I'm still gonna have to do the across. And here's a situation where if I do get a tile, I could stop it because I literally would not have 3 tiles to pass because you do not want to pass the pair. So that's reason. Gloria Jingles with us tonight. Hi, Jingles. All right, here we go. No question asked. Look at this hand. It's beautiful. Second hand from the bottom. I could call the 1s, I could call the 9s. I need one more good pick if they don't all go out on me. Okay. Yay. Now I am going to, okay. I always say my rule of thumb is if you have 3 tiles, don't stop it, right? But this is an exception because I passed a 3 bam to the person on my left. If I continue it, I risk giving that person the 3 bam. I would be okay with stopping this.
Yeah, not only that, but if it wasn't the 3 bam and you passed it and you get something, then you won't have 3 to do in the must cross.
True, but
I always stop at this point.
Yeah, well, here's my thinking with that too, because again, you're giving up potentially seeing 12 more tiles. So what I usually do in this particular case is I would pass, something that I had 3 of, and
Right. No, I know.
Yeah, in hopes that once they discarded it, I would end up calling it. So sometimes I do continue, but either way, I don't think I would, fault anybody for that. So I'm going to stop it. Here we go. Okay, perfect. All right, so now I am going to do 2, and again, not past that 3.
Now, in real life, they wouldn't give you anything.
I know, exactly. Good point. In real life, when someone stops the Charleston, you do not do an optional across at all because, or they don't, you wouldn't do it with them and they shouldn't do it with you if you stopped it. All right, so that's 7. I'll keep it a little bit anyway as a backup for something.
7 5.
All right, there goes
Wow.
1. I know, isn't it crazy?
North. 8 van. 8 crack. 2 van. 9 crack. Green.
Come on, give me a 3 crack or a 5 crack.
4 times. 5 crack.
Oh, there's 1.
4 van.
Now I got to keep track. I've got, let's see, 1, 3, 5, 7. Okay, there's no, oh, see, I'm bad. 3's got to go out because I gave a 3.
Yeah.
And so why that's good to get out is if that person kept the 3 because they're playing with 3s, but they're not ready to call because it's too early. I just made it a little harder on them.
3 van.
There's another 3 bam. Is it another one out there or theirs that I gave them? We'll never know.
2 dots. 6 crack. 8 van. North.
Oh, my. Any reason to keep this? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. No,
7 van. 9 crack.
thinking it through my head.
5 crack.
Oh, is that the second? Oh, look at my
I,
whole life could change. Phil's laughing.
5. 1 van.
Ugh. Well, it's nice to have that if we have to switch out.
4 van. West. 3 dots. 2 crack. Call. Flower.
Oh,
7 van. 8 dots. East. Red.
now
Green.
if one of my tiles goes out at this point, I'm probably not, if a 9 dot goes out or a 1 dot, I'm probably not going to call it because then I can't switch to anything. So I'm just warning you guys. Okay, just
12 dots.
keep doing it. See now, and it concerns me in a way. I have a 3 crack. Who knows? Is this person playing with, 2, 3, 4? I don't know. But I never saw any others.
9 dots.
All right, see here? If I call that 9 dot, can I switch out? Well, let's talk about it. If I do 5, 7, 7 dot, 9 dot, I
Yeah.
can call that 9 dot and still keep track of the one with the 3, 5, 7 pairs. If a 1 dot went out and I called the 1 dot, I wouldn't have any flexibility. But if you see what I'm saying, I could play 5, 7 crack, 7, 9 dot and use 1 joker now to call the 9 dot. Yeah, Carol said keep the 7 crack in case, yeah, she probably wrote that a while ago. Sorry
Right.
about that, Carol. But what do you agree with this?
oh, definitely.
Yep. So
Yeah.
I'm going to call this because it gives me the option to still have flexibility and I'm not locked in at this point. So
4 dots.
let me move that out of the way because I might discard it.
8 van. 4 dots.
Oh, my.
8 crack.
Yeah, but don't forget, there's 2 5 cracks out.
Right, exactly. 1 more goes out, that hand's over.
6
Oh, wow. Oh,
Wow.
my. Oh, every single Wednesday night, you guys. Oh, I end up taking votes. Aviva, I know you're new, but I always take votes when I have this sometimes because what do I do? If I get rid of the 7,
Well, but if someone throws the 5, you're mahjong.
oh, wait a minute. That's right. I just realized that. I was right now. I was just thinking that I was too short, too shy of it, but I realized I have that freaking joker. Oh, okay. So I'm really good. This is
Yeah.
great. Okay. Oh my God. I was thinking I was 2 away. All right, here we go. Now we have 2 5 cracks out. Let's just hope that it's not in the end of the wall, but I don't have any other choice right now.
7 dots.
Another thing that would kind of be fun is if somebody took my 9 dot and then I called the 1 dot and got gutsy enough to try for a jokerless hand.
Let's
And-
not be greedy.
Oh, look at you. Oh, 1, 2. Okay, we don't have to worry about 5s with Annie. I was worried for a minute. Oh my God. Let's see. No 5 cracks for anybody. She was playing 1 3 5 with dragons, and then 1 2 1 2 with cracks and bams, and 5 7.
Yeah, can you look to see where it's in the wall?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You better believe it.
Today it happened to me. It was the next tile.
Look where it is,
Where is it?
right? Okay. Hey, that was fun, that hand.
It's almost near the end, the 4th tile.
I know, but we never know that, do we?
Nah.
But at least, when you have an option of doing something where you could switch out if you had to, where the role that what you're calling can be used in 2 hands or more, it's the best of both worlds. If I had called a 1 dot, I would have been locked in. Wow. All right. I think we have time for one more. Everybody good with one more game? Yeah, let's do it. All right. Whew. Carol said you needed a break. Yeah. What's that? What was that commercial? You need a break, so get up and get away. Oh, McDonald's. Yeah, I need a Mahjong break. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Or do I need a break from teaching? No, never, 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 never. Oh yeah, Agnes says good games tonight. Yeah, well, you know what? The whole goal for me is really, yeah, it's fun to win and all, but my goal is to have a lot of learning, a lot of lessons that go on during the games, and that is really the best part of it. I got 1 joker. I love it when I get jokers because I never get them on Wednesday nights. All right, let's start out with our pairs, and we'll build off of them.
You've been getting a lot of pairs tonight, too.
I have had a ton. 2s and 6s are even, so nice and neatly there as I move things around. I've got all of my evens sitting right there. That's great. That's one possibility. Like numbers too weak at this point to predict anything. I also have 3 6 9.
Well, the white matches the 6s, and you have the
white and the.
You have the 3 and the 9 and cracks.
Okay, so let's see. We have 3, and we have 6, and we have 9, and we have the soap. So we actually have, although tiny baby bits of that hand, we still have the second hand from the bottom that Phyllis just pointed out in 3 6 9. Absolutely. And I certainly, if I'm going to collect, Carol says 2023. That's also a beautiful option. So if I can keep the twos, because they're a pair for a 2, 0, 2, 3, I can keep 3, 6, 9. Maybe this is my best move right here. Now I have 2023 I can keep an eye on because I've got 2s and 3s and a soap.
Right.
I can keep an eye on 3, 6, 9, and I still got 3. And I don't have to pick a hand yet. I don't have to focus in on one thing quite yet. But nonetheless, you know, that 3, 6, 9 one is a full part of all the hands. And this is going to be my pass. Oh, look at that. We got a 6 in. All right. So let's see now what might be a good choice here. Let's play around with the 2023 too. And let's see what the first hand looks like. Not too sharp. Let's look at the third hand down with the dragons, which I gave away, but I got that one. 2, 0, 2, 3. I've got that neatly tucked away, but it's weak. I know we don't need this, so that can go. And if we want to keep, you know, I mean, 3, 6, 6, and 9 BAMs. That pung kong, you know, is a nice safety hand if you get more jokers and tiles. So the question is, what do I do here? You know, I mean, the 2, 0, 2, 3, as much as I like it, I'm not feeling it's my stronger option right now. I'm really seeing a whole lot more in the 3, 6, 9, even still keeping that soap there. And so 3, 6, yeah, oh God, what challenging situations. I mean, this is probably what I would do.
Well, you can match the green with the 6 BAMs instead of the white with the 6 dots.
Oh, instead of doing it that way, you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, if you got another green or 6 BAM.
But I don't have, oh, you're saying which hand though? The 3, 6?
The same hand, but
But I don't have any 9.
yeah, we have the 3 and the 9 crack.
Oh, the 3 and the 9 crack. Thinking
Same
about,
hand.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
then you would have to get rid of, I guess, the 3 dot if you go that route.
And that would give me 2 ways.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
2 ways with the 3, 6, 9.
But the same hand.
Yeah.
But
So
So-
3 crack, 6 BAM, 9 crack with the green is one option. 3 dot, no, not 3. 3 crack, 9 crack with the 6 dots in the soap.
right,
So we have 2 ways to do that, but then I would need to get rid of that.
right.
That would be giving me those options. And since, right, and since both of those are no gap, that makes the most sense. Brilliant. Kudos, Phyllis. All right. Ooh, look at that, Phyllis. Oh, but I don't need, oh, yes, I do. I do need 3 there. Okay. So now we have, we broke up the 2 crack.
Right.
So do I dare not break up um 3, 6, 9 and the soap? I mean, if I'm gonna do a 3, 6, 9, I might as well do that. Now, I could keep the 6 BMs, get rid of the green and keep the 6 BMs for like numbers. Crazy, it's very weak for the first hand under like numbers, but that would be the reason I would keep it. You know, I'm probably not going to get 3 good tiles in. If I get 1 or 2 in, then I still am going to have to, I still might be in a bad situation here. The 2 is what I broke up. So do I do that right now?
I guess because you have more of the other.
I have more of the other, and I'm putting myself in a tough situation if I get in any more tiles. What I want to protect is myself from not having to pass a pair.
Right. No, I understand that.
Yeah, and so it makes me a little nervous because last time I got it, I kept getting in tiles, right? Shelley said I would get rid of the 2 crack and keep the 6. Yeah, well, the only reason I'm not, I didn't want to pass the 2 crack is because I've already put 1 out there. And because if I get more tiles in, I could be at risk of passing 6 BMs, a pair. So, now I know, hopefully, Hannah, I don't know, do you have your chat open? Because I know you haven't done anything in chat since your connection was bad, and I don't know if you left or not. Maybe she left because her connection was, so yeah, she did. All right, so what should I do, Phyllis? You just tell me. I can't make these decisions all on my own tonight. I need a drink. Honey, bring me a hard glass of liquor. I don't even drink. But that's funny. It sounded kind of funny. All right. My gut tells me right now to break up the 6s.
I guess, except soaps are so hard to come by. That's the only thing, but you're stronger there.
Well, if look, what's the worst thing that happens if I do this right now? I have a pair, or I do a blind pass.
Right.
But and then pass the 2 if I have to, right? Or I could break up the green. I could also get rid of the green. Maybe it's not so bad. Maybe it's not. Maybe I should do a blind pass. Let me see if I get any clue. Oh boy, of course. What did I think? I was going to get a clue? No, because I asked for it. I got to continue. Of course. Oh my goodness. Maybe I should get rid of everything else and think of 5, 6, 5, 6. I mean, oh my God. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. Little scary though. Although not too bad because I have the green. So as long as I get 1 tile in toward this, and I have to, I could break up one of the 6s, right? So
Sure.
I either do this and just risk that I have the another 2 crack out there, but I think I'm going to do that.
Oh, you got a 9.
Ooh, pretty. All right. All right. So now I can break it up and I only got 1 in, so I don't have to sweat too much about that. So here we go. Now, any reason why I need the green? Because the next move, I can do a blind pass if I have to. And it gives me a pair, and you just never know about that joker bait thing. So maybe I should give up the green.
Sure.
Okay, I like it. Somebody said sure. As long as I hear a sure.
Me.
Okay. All right, here we go. I can get rid of all of these
Courtesy pass.
and nothing else came in at all. So I'll get rid of those 3. I have gotten fresh tiles at the end. So you never know. Ah, the green again. All right, here we go. Let's see what happens with this.
9 band. Call. 1 band.
We have to,
They called already.
oh, wow. They must have a lot of jokers. Wozy. Okay, I don't see, I'm trying to think if there's any reason. I need to find some kind of backup hand.
8 band.
I'm never comfortable locking into one thing. And
8
I don't see anything popping out at me yet, but what about flowers, 3, 6, 3 cracks, 6, 6 PM, 9 crack. That's a backup. I feel better. Oh yeah, there goes one of our 3 cracks, of course. What am I thinking? There's a 9 BM. Oh, Mr. Kurt, may I have your joker, please?
Oh,
Oh, I got a joker. Woohoo! Yay!
2 call. 8 call. 7 dots. Flower.
All right, I'll get rid of the green first.
Green. 8 dots.
Now I got two bits of joker bait things going on here.
3 band. 4 call.
What I really want to get is one more 3 crack, because what I don't want to do is be having to be pressured to call and put up the 3 crack with both of my jokers.
right.
That's
5 dots. 6 band.
praying.
Green.
Oh, I was hoping somebody would call it.
7 dots. 2 call. 5 band.
All right, well, we've got, I'm just going to keep my, so for joker bait, I mean, the one of the, where is it? The 6 PM, was it that went out already? Yeah, the 6 PM went out. I don't like to hold them any longer than the kind of middle to towards the end of the middle game, which is somewhere between 34 and 66 tiles. Because I think it gets a little bit too risky if you hold them any longer than that. Here, there goes 1 soap. Now, I'm not going to call the first soap at this point, but if the second one goes out, I will do it. I'm just letting you know. Oh, we don't need that, but it makes a safe tile.
Right.
It makes a really safe tile. So I will do the 6 BAMs first, since 1 6 BM went out already. Crazy thinking, but
6
that's
band.
what I say.
Flower. 4 band. 3 dots.
Oh, my goodness. My. 1 3, this is the, there's 2 out already. 3 6 6 9 would have been a good backup, but at this point, with this being the 3rd one going out, no, I'll do the 6 though first.
6 band. 4 band. 4 call. 7 dots.
Come on, give me a tile. Oh,
Yeah.
finally. Okay. Again, this is the way whether or not I win, this makes me so happy right now to know that I have a possible chance for a joker bait, praying that nobody mahjongs when I get it out there very soon. But I've got a safe tile here. Just love the way I'm set up right now. And 2 cracks are, 2 have gone out already.
4 dots. 4 band. 3 crack.
And there is the next 3 crack.
Eh,
Yeah, but I kind of have to call it now
yeah.
because I'm then only need 1 more good pick for the 9 crack to be able to call that. And I could do a joker exchange too,
Sure.
but Now I think I'm ready to commit. All right, Phyllis agrees. As long as Phyllis agrees, I feel so good. All right, now let's make sure. I always like to look at the card and make sure I'm calling the right thing. Kong,
Right.
and now I'll dump the, should I wait a little bit more on the $2 or dump it now? I think I'll dump it now.
Where are we? 50.
Oh, darn. Oh, they grabbed my joker. All right, I guess it doesn't matter at this point because everything is one BM out. Yeah, both out.
8 dots. North, red,
Oh, we got Norse. Oh, wow. First hand, third hand, or the fourth hand. All right. Got their number.
9,
Winds are so telling. Oh, there goes a 9 crack. Ooh, that hurts.
1 card, 2 dots, 1 card,
Wouldn't it be crazy if Kurt over here to my left was playing like numbers with 9s?
8 bands,
It's possible.
Yeah.
green, 7 dots, west, call, 2,
Oh. First hand
Right.
on the left side.
next band, east, call, 2 band,
Hey,
7 band,
Wow.
and no jokers up.
No, no jokers up. My. 5 crack went out early, and I think that was it. So this could be hot. Could be a hot tile.
7 card, 5 card,
Not,
east,
it wasn't. Okay, 3 are out. I'm good with that.
2 card, 6 card, MahjCon,
Oh. Look at the hand they're playing.
Same hand.
Same hand, same hand. Oh my God. Wow. And Amistad, even though he had his north, east, and west, he only had 1 south and a joker. So he was not as close as we thought.
Right.
And then 5, 7, 9, the mixed suit. 5, 7, 9, third hand down on the right side. For Annie. Well, I want to say it wasn't my night tonight, and it usually is. Oh, it is, anyway, it's always fun. Whether I win or I lose, it's always fun to spend the evening, spend a couple hours with you guys. So, and also for any of you that know anybody that mentions that they want to learn how to play Mahjong, I'm not sure if I mentioned it last week or not, but on YouTube, I have a 14 lesson video series. Everything from beginning to end, soup to nuts, to learn how to play the game step by step. Please share my YouTube channel with others if you do know of anybody who wants to play. And until we meet again, oh, by the way, guys, I don't think I'm going to be on next Wednesday. I have my grandkids coming.
Oh, how nice.
Yes, I'm so excited. I haven't seen them in a long time. I miss them so much. So I think I'm going to take off, but I'll probably post something to let everybody know.
Sure.
All right. Till we see you again. Be well. Good night, everybody. It's been so much
Thank
fun.
you.
Good night.